Wow. He just destroys the Zen. That was so clean. That was actually, that was really nice. He takes the Zen out. Hello again guys, my name is Coach Hayes, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be reviewing ML7, the rank 1 Ana player. I'm sure all of you know who ML7 is. I don't think the man needs an introduction. Obviously big streamer, high rated Ana player. I believe he's also rank 1 Ana player. So it's going to be interesting to see someone that has so much playtime on the Ana, how he performs, and some of the small details and intricacies of how he plays the Ana. Obviously the meta right now is not very good for Ana, but I want to see how he's making the Ana work. As of right now. First thing we always do here is break down team compositions. If we look at Team 2's team composition, they're running Ball Sigma, which is fairly standard. Ana, Brig, usually it would be a Zen, but obviously ML7 is playing the Ana for us today. Tracer and Widow on the DPS line. So fairly standard composition out of this team. Ball Sig, obviously fairly standard composition, fairly standard tank line. Tracer and Widow, two commonly picked DPS. On Team 1, they're running a slightly different comp. They have still the same tank line, Ball Sigma. Zen, they have Rack on the Zen, and they have a Mercy, Zen Mercy. For DPS, they have Hanzo and McCree. Both teams, relatively similar composition. So he sees his ball is low, he goes for the nade. Playing the corner here, he doesn't want to peek too aggressively because he knows they had a Hanzo. Goes for the nades. He tries to get... I like the position here he's taken. He's taken this position inside to avoid any risk of him getting picked off, right? Because if he stands here, there's a chance that the Hanzo could come through main here and just fire off a shot. So he is playing a good position here where he's just slightly avoiding being able to get shot from main. He does decide to come back through. Oh, very close on the sleep there on the Hanzo. Trying to punish the Hanzo by flanking here. Going for the sleep on him. Does unfortunately miss that sleep, but that was pretty close, to be honest with you. And he knows the Hanzo's still up there, so he's playing behind this cover here just to avoid getting shot by the Hanzo. There's no need for him to peek out here, so he's just being more defensive, playing behind this cover here to avoid actually getting shot by the Hanzo. Looking for the Widow there. He's just playing to keep his life here. He's not going too aggressive. Obviously his team are all dead, so he's backing off now and playing defensively. You can see he's very confident with his quick scopes. He throws the nade there because he's not going to be able to get the heal off on the Widow, and he just wants to make sure she doesn't end up dying. So I think good nade usage there just to keep the Widow alive. Getting really close to the nano. I'm interested to see who he's going to throw this nano onto, because I don't believe there's many good nano targets here. Maybe Ball, maybe Trace. I think Trace is probably a good one. I don't expect he will nano the Brig or the Widow. Potentially he can nano the Sig. I think most likely he's going to probably nano the Trace. Probably not Tracer or Sigma. He does nano the Ball. Still playing very defensively here at the back. One of the key things when you're playing the Ana is you want to be playing in positions where you have good line of sight onto your teammates. So like, this is not ideal for him, but he has to play here because of where the Hanzo is pressuring him from. He has to play that position where he's kind of playing more defensively. Wow. He just destroys the Zen. That was so clean. That was actually, that was really nice. He takes the Zen out. Reshots the Zen. Some really nice quick scopes. You can see he's just playing to live here, which is really disciplined. Really disciplined play there from ML7. And obviously when his teammates are not in view of him, like when his teammates are not in his line of sight, he's free to DPS like this, right? So when his teammates are in vision, he's focusing on healing. But when his teammates are not in vision, like right now, none of his teammates are in vision. So he's looking just to get off any damage he can. during this moment. And he gets a lot of good damage there onto the McCree as a follower from his Tracer. I think we might see him take top left here. Enemy Sig just misses the ult onto Widow. How did he miss that? Okay, so he goes for the sleep mid-air onto the ball. I was expecting to see him sleep as he hits the ground, but he does go for the sleep as he's going to power drive. Wow, that was so quick. Dude, what the hell? So gets damaged onto the ball, kills the ball, healing his Brig. I don't know if he meant to hit the Sig there, but that just looks so quick. He hears the McCree's flanking, goes for the instant sleep. Nice little 3k. That was actually super clean. You can see this guy's mechanics are like on point. His quick scoping is really efficient. Obviously, the reasoning, I want to kind of explain the reasoning why he goes for quick scopes rather than the left click. The left click is a projectile, so for him, when people are very far away, he wants to go for those accurate shots through the scope. So from people like mid to long range, he's going for the scope shots. When people are close range, he's going to be going for the left click. He does nano the ball in. Goes for an aggressive nade onto the McCree. Unfortunately misses that. The Sigma gets rocked and I think his Brig might be dead. Unless he can keep him up. He keeps him up in the Dragon, that's huge. So that they now still have that rally available. This position is probably one of the best positions for him on attack, because he can just obviously free heal from here, and that's exactly where an Ana wants to be. Nice sleep onto the Hanzo. He's not missing any heals here. Like so efficient with his heals. And his teammates don't need healing right now, so he's turning to the Mercy to DPS her here. Playing behind the cover while he's reloading. Just a small but really crucial bit of information here. He's not peeking out when he doesn't need to. He's reloading. He can't be effective here, so he's peeking. He's hiding behind the cover while he's reloading. Unfortunately, they've lost a lot of people here, so it doesn't look like they're going to get this. Unless there's some miracle. Yeah.
I've seen worse. You're going to live. This will help. Nanoboost is charged. My ultimate is charged.
So he's got another nano boost coming up soon. Oh. Really not much he can do about that. His Sig got hooked in before he was in position. Goes to the nano McCree. There we go. Okay. So far so good, really. His mechanics are what's impressing me the most here on the Ana. Like, obviously I can see why a lot of people enjoy watching him. His mechanics are so on point. The sleeps are very consistent. It's one thing that a lot of Ana struggle with, is being consistent with their sleeps. He's clearly practiced a lot of these sleeps, and so you can see he's proficient with them, and he's very consistent with them, which is obviously a pleasure to watch. In terms of his positioning, he is playing. He's not playing the high ground here. I think he's probably playing this position because he might be aware the enemy has a Widow, so he doesn't want to play in positions like this. This would be the best position that gives him the best line of sight, but it simultaneously puts him in a dangerous position from the enemy Widow. He also has the Mega here to fall back to if he needs it. Kind of like a good base of operations to play from in this position he's in now. I think McCree just got 100 to 0 there. Yeah, he did. He got rocked. Yeah, he got rocked and then he got double
Nanoboost
sig orbed. He's not peeking too aggressive here. Just playing the corners here nicely. Like, he's not peeking out aggressively here because he knows this is where the Widow's shooting. So right, he's playing this angle here where he can still heal his teammates effectively, but he's not putting himself in a position where he can die. And here, yeah, a lot of his teammates are dead, so he's just going to reset. Honestly, not much he can do about this. His McCree got one shot. And from there, like, the Widow got a lot of picks. He's just in a situation now where he's to try and get away. Avoiding the rock. I think he's good. I want to see what kind of position he's going to take here. Oh, that's really not good. His Tracer got hooked. Okay. So, the Widow evens it out with a pick. But the thing is, Team 1 have a res, so they can easily get this res off, and then Team 2 are down 1. They do have the spawn advantage, so Tracer's going to be back relatively quickly, but still, kind of, they are down right now.
I have your back. Nanoboost is charging.
His team are just going so aggressive here. There's not like a lot they can do. There's not a lot the supports can do here. The team are going really aggressive before the enemies are even in. He's going to be able to keep this sig up. Nice nade there just to keep the brig up. He gives the nano there onto the brig, but she still dies. That discord damage is like insane. I think he's just playing to live here. Has he died yet? I don't think he's died yet, has he? He hasn't died, which is actually super impressive. Like, he's putting a high value on his life, which is nice to see. Reloading, so there's no need for him to peek. Wow, you don't see that often actually. He nades the roof. One of the reasons Ana is not played that often is because Sig can do a really good job of denying her. And you don't have a lot of effective damage to be able to get your heals through that Sig shield. Goes for the sleep on the Bob. Surprised his team stabilized here actually. He almost has another nano. His teammates are all full, so he's looking to pressure this Mercy out. He sees the Lucio coming above him. Wow. I want to see that frame actually on how he hit the Lucio there. I want you guys to see how precise this guy is. Let's watch the exact frame. How much of Lucio's body was showing here. So just the Lucio's feet were showing, and he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss this shot. Unfortunately, the meta right now is not in his favor. So I don't know what SR he's at, but I think when Ana's meta, he's definitely a top tier player, 100%.
You're covered. Nanoboost is ready to deploy.
Very disciplined here with, like, he's not peeking when he doesn't need to. He's not peeking aggressively when he doesn't need to.
You're going to live.
And this might not look flashy, but this is like kind of how you play the game, like, consistently, right? You want to avoid getting picked off. He is the support, he needs to make sure he's the backbone of the team. If he's dead, he's not going to be able to heal and support. One thing I think he could do though is look to combo his nades more off of his Hammond power drivers.
You're powered up. Get in there.
He nanos Doom in. Goes to the nade onto the hog. Doom goes in. Ends up dying. We're going to see him sleep the Bob.
Watching your back.
Playing a nice angle here. He's not Oh my god, that was a huge nade. That nade was like double value, right? Because he's nading his ball and he's just naded the enemy hog. So huge value on that nade. Really, really high value nade there. And again, his team have the advantage, so he's pushing out. He can play more aggressive here, take a bit more of an aggressive angle.
Nanoboost is charging.
His nanos come around really quickly actually. Like he gets them so quick. And again, I want to remind you guys, we're like 11 minutes into the game and he's yet to die. Like that is impressive in its own right.
My ultimate is charging.
So yep, he goes for the nade. I think he probably should have naded his own sig there. Like he should have naded in between the sig and the hog so he can actually give that Sigma the nade, because the sig was looking pretty low there. He goes for the aggressive nade instead. Oh, he was about to nano the Brig. Now that Brig is dead, they have no tanks that can touch point. I think he's going to have to nano somebody in. He's going to have to nano Tracer. He nanos Tracer. Gets one heal onto the Tracer there. Wait, what? That's a spot? There's no way that's a spot. There's no way. Absolutely no way. I refuse to believe that's a spot. So he gets one heal onto the Tracer. Am I... What the hell is that? That is just freakish. That is crazy, dude. That's insane. How is that a spot? And how does he know about this spot? That's impressive, actually. That's really impressive. I mean, he's displaying the game knowledge. He quickscopes a lot. Gets the nade onto the hog. High value nades on hog. Unfortunately, his teammates can't get on point and touch. He goes for the spot again. He loves this spot. That's really cool, actually. I like that. Wait, what's he doing there?
Ready for battle.
It even works with nade. That's so cool, dude. I'm like nerding out over that one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Get back in the fight.
Tries to get a nice little sleep there. Still playing in this position. I think this is because it's just such a good position. It's like a really defensive position. Anyone pushes him. Sleeps are quite consistent to land from here. Again, like clean nade. He hits his Sigma with the nade. Like this is the ideal nade, right? Like he's hitting one of his teammates with a nade, and he's denying heals on one of the most important characters who needs not to be denied. Like Hog wants to be going aggressive and taking these flanks so he can use his vape. So this nade is just such high value from him really minimizing how risky it was to throw the nade as well. Like if we again watch the nade, this requires a lot. Like he sees the hog is there, he sees his Sigmas pushing forward, so he knows this is a double value nade. The angle he's throwing this nade from is extremely risk free. This is risk free. This is free real estate for ML7. He doesn't have to peek this, but he's going to hit a triple. He's hitting a triple. He hits Brig, Sig, and he denies the healing onto the hog.
Keep up with me.
60 seconds remaining.
Group up at my position. Take your medicine.
Now that his team have gotten a few picks, he is going more aggressive. And again, if we look at the enemy team now, they don't have that threat of having a widow, so he is more free to kind of play these positions where he can pressure more aggressively because he's not going to have that threat of just being one shot.
You're going to be okay.
The enemy approaches.
My ultimate is charging.
30 seconds remaining.
Gets a nice shot onto the tracer, forces recall. He does use sleep very quickly there. You hear tracer's behind you, dude. What?
Boost is charging.
He gets absolutely rolled. He just got absolutely rolled, dude.
My ultimate is charging.
That was definitely an aggressive like walkout. Like the way he walked out there was a little bit aggressive. He did that because he knew he had the advantage. Like his teammates had killed a lot of people. So I think he wants to just go aggressive there.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Good damage onto the Echo. Good nade. I'm going to go back a little bit here actually. Nice sleep onto the hog, just denying the hog from pressuring. Good damage onto the Echo. Sees his Sigma's getting low, so he uses the Nano just to keep him up. And Sigma's also a really good target for Nano, to be honest. But I think this Nano is mostly just to keep Sig up and make sure he's not dying. He has no nades, so he's backing off. I think the hog doesn't have hook yet, so he's okay right now. He backs off behind this cover. I think we're going to see him.
Heal up.
He throws nade at the wall instead of the floor. Also hits the hog with the nade as well. Wow, okay. Jesus, too clean, bro.
Fire. Keep out of my way. Nanoboost is charging.
Okay. He's still yet to die, guys. He's still yet to die. Wait. Yeah, he's still yet to die. He hasn't died yet.
Round 3.
15 minutes in, he's still not dead. Very high value putting on his life here.
Ready. 1.
Is that another spot he's like looking for?
Ready for battle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, he's just searching for these spots, isn't he?
I see.
Defend
You're going to
objective
live.
A.
I love this. He's like an explorer. He's looking for these like unique spots that you can find, like finding new ways of learning the game. Find new ways of playing the game. This is how you improve as a player. Like you look for these spots and you actively try and search. Now the one time he's not really paying too much attention at the beginning, the enemy has a widow. This is all it takes at the high level, guys. The widows don't miss the shots. So he gets picked off. First death of the game comes from a widow. And it was probably a nice shot from the enemy widow. I think he's probably coming through here expecting the enemy doesn't have a widow because they played Tracer and Echo on attack. So he's assuming the enemy doesn't have a widow here, I think.
I was
With the way he's playing there.
retirement anyway. Rendezvous at my position.
Going for these like relatively difficult sleeps to hit, but the good news is he's going to have sleep when he's pushing in here anyway, so he's not too afraid of using that.
Thank you. Just a scratch. You'll be fine.
Hugging very close to the wall as he's walking in here, mostly because he knows they have a widow, so he wants to
My
get to a secondary position where he can heal from. And then from here he can start thinking about taking more of the map. He was playing behind his Sigma shield there, so it was
charging.
at least
You're going to be okay.
good heals. He's gonna have nano here. Teammates just need to survive. He has nano.
You're powered up.
Gives it straight to the ball.
Take your medicine.
The reason he's DPSing the Echo there instead of healing his Hanzo is because in the corner of his eye, he sees the Hanzo is not low. He sees the Hanzo is absolutely fine. And here his teammates are pushing forward, so he starts going more aggressively. He sees also the kill feed. They've killed a few. They've killed 3 or 4 now, so he now takes his final position where he can heal from. And there we go. Super, super clean, actually. I'm really, really impressed. I haven't watched too much of ML7 stream, so this was like one of the first times I'm seeing him play. But honestly, yeah, his Ana is very, very impressive. And I expect that in a meta where Ana is more so the centerpiece, like this meta is very revolved around the Zen, so he's not playing the most effective hero right now in the meta. But he is really, really impressive, actually. Like, his mechanics on the Ana are just next level. You can see he's definitely a top-tier Ana. Nade usage is really, really good. Like, he sees the opportunities where he can go for nades that are going to hit his team. Like, these high-value nades where he can hit one of his teammates, but also hit one of the enemies that like are a crucial target for you to hit with nade, like a hog. Hog is like one of the highest-value nades you can hit. Sleeps are very consistent. The thing that impressed me most, actually, was his aim with the Ana, like how efficient he is with his quick scopes. He doesn't miss. He actually doesn't miss. Super impressed with ML7. This was actually really fun to review as well. Like, I enjoyed this one. If you guys did enjoy this video and you would like to see more content, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell. I do have a lot of other reviews. I did a Yasenza Far review. I did Kevster reviews. If you would like to also watch these live, we're doing these live on Twitch. Twitch.tv Hayes_OW. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.